Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Xur's location, his random rolls, and my recommendations for April 16, 2021. You can find him in his regular location in the tower. Just make your way into the top left section of the hangar, and you can find him right here at the end of the precipice. I like the word precipice. This is a high overview in case this is what you wanted. And to be honest, off the bat, not the best, but not the worst. First up for the weapon today, probably the worst thing available. My personal opinion, I really don't like this weapon for pretty much anything. As far as 150 scout rifles go, it's probably one of the best considering its exotic tier stats, but I personally just don't like 150s, and the perks on it are very legendary. Like for example, this one, chaining body shots to gain bonus damage on your next precision shot. That is literally a legendary perk, and return ammo to the magazine, which is also another legendary perk. Yes, it is two legendaries in one, so I guess that means that it's exotic, but you can just get those two on the same weapon, and it's not even that great of a weapon. On top of that, it has a few other things like high caliber, Zen moment, which are good perks, but it's not really that unique. The main thing that's unique about this weapon are going to be the ornaments, and of course, again, the exotic tier stat. But I would rather use something like a Might multi-tool, where you have the radar aim down sights, lightweight speed, the 200 RPM is just a little better, and the 100 aim assistant. Next up for the hunter, we have the Lucky Raspberry, an exotic that if Arc was better would probably be in the Hunter top 10. If you saw my Hunter exotic top 10 video, which came out last weekend, that would be the explanation of why I don't really use it. Otherwise, this is a pretty good exotic. The chance of getting your arc bolt grenade each time it hits an enemy, it's 25% per enemy, 100% for hitting 4 enemies, is actually nice. But in PvE, arc bolt's not that great. PvP, it is great. Just Arc in either mode is probably one of the weaker subclasses. As far as the roll goes, total stats of 65 is really good. Everything else is all over the place, although it is technically a PvP exotic, so it is good to have a good smattering of everything. Focus on strength, mobility, and recovery would be what I would like, but you could compensate with other things. So I would personally recommend this particular roll. Hello? Hello? What? Okay, I guess we're going with that. The Ashen Wake, an exotic that used to be absolute mad trash because all it did was fastball. I'm not kidding, when it first came out, all it literally did was fastball plus instant explosion, and now it does a little bit more. Fusion grenades now explode on impact, gain increased throw speed. That's what it used to do, just across the board, that's it. And final blows of fusion grenades grant grenade energy. And there are a bunch of different builds with the middle tree solar where you can get more damage with your abilities just by getting ability kills. So make an enemy weak with your 120, finish them off with 150 damage fusion grenade, and then get a little bit more damage once you get 2 stacks of that thing. I forget the bonus. You can instant kill with your grenade. Wait, come to think of it, I think you get your whole grenade off of 1 kill. Yeah, I think you may get, because yeah, you would be able to get your kill the grenade, get your full grenade back, and it's a fun process, and I would highly recommend it. As far as the roll goes, you'd like to see a lot of recovery, maybe mobility, maybe even a little resilience because it is PvP. Many people might even say you want discipline, but the way that this particular exotic works, you're probably going to be instant charging grenades anyways. That discipline is not really the most important thing. The total stats, not really the best. Even then, I would recommend you try it out. It's something that a lot of people are surprised by how fun it is, and honestly, look at the size of them delts. Sucks to be a second-class citizen, huh? What is this? You run out of time. Oh, there we go. And finally, for the Warlock exotic, we have the Starfire Protocol. Yet again, another exotic that is somewhat underrated because most people don't know the best way to use it. So if you've never heard of it, fusion grenades have an additional charge and recharge from empowered weapon damage. So, for example, going in for that punch to get empowering or using your empowering rifts, and fusion grenade kills grant rift energy. So it's, predicated on having an empowering rift, getting kills in that for grenade, using a grenade to get more rifts, and it's that cycle. However, I would argue that it's better when you're using it with the healing grenade. So if you're using Attunement of Grace, you have double healing grenade charge. And then of course, healing your allies with that and yourself, you'll get more rift energy. So the idea here is you have overflow charging for a second healing grenade, which also can be really nice in the Crucible. If it weren't for, stasis freezing you anyways, having an overshield pretty often is really good. And I have mentioned many times, overflow charging is a lot more powerful than people give it credit for, than I gave it credit for a long time. So if stasis gets nerfed enough, this could actually be part of the meta. Being able to have overshield nearly 100% of the time is pretty strong. Maybe not 100%, but a lot of the time. As far as the roll goes, you like to see more recovery, more discipline. Strength is not really that pertinent to the particular build that I mentioned, so not really a great role, but again, an exotic that many people may have overlooked. Outside of that, make sure you're picking up your exotic Cypher quest. Every single week you can pick up the Xenology quest for every single one of your characters to get an exotic Cypher from the Xur, just by doing Crucible, Strikes, or Gambit, and it's free. You literally can get free exotic Cyphers. You can get more things from the exotic archive, or you can get exotic engrams. And of course, a big recommendation here, if you have a lot of legendary shards, this will guarantee you an exotic you've never received before, and it will guarantee you, goddamn, an exotic, or I'm just so flustered, it will guarantee it with a higher stat roll. And of course, if you have all the exotics, it's just going to give you a duplicate. Yeah, I do think that the other one is better. It's unfortunate how often this happens, but that just, it surprised me, man. It took me by surprise. And of course, as always, make sure you come check out my live streams right after these videos you can see on screen right now, as well as all the other times that are on screen. Oftentimes doing open lobbies, raids, pinnacles, doing seasonal challenges. Come join us, twitch.tv/Dychronic. Link in the description down below. And of course, I want to thank my patrons on Patreon for making me rich on Ethereum Classic and Dogecoin. Specifically, I want to give a big thank you to Matty Buju, Mom Dad, Charles Williams, Joe Smith, Monday, Nettle Happens, Steve Octonus, Justin Herrera, Raymond Showman, Yuta Panther, Cole Sherman, Casey Reagan for their support on Patreon. That was one of my faster ones, and it was okay smooth. But that's it. My name's Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.